In the silence of our modern world, we are surrounded by echoes, whispers of ancient practices, fragments of folk wisdom passed down through generations, promising simple solutions to the most profound human struggles. We are burdened by the sheer volume of information, the relentless pace of demand, and a constant low-level hum of anxiety. This creates a deep yearning for something tangible, a simple act to counteract the overwhelming complexity of life. And so, a phrase such as the one we are exploring today can surface with startling authority, a divine instruction, a simple ritual to ward off the unseen forces that trouble our sleep and cloud our days. Put a glass of water with salt under your bed to absorb all negativity. Many will hear this and dismiss it as mere superstition, a relic of a less enlightened time. Others, in their quiet desperation, may follow the instruction literally, placing their faith in an external act to solve an internal turmoil. Both approaches, the cynical dismissal and the blind belief, miss the essential point. The Shaolin Path teaches us not to look at the surface of things, but to penetrate to the very heart of their meaning. We do not ask if a story is literally true, we ask what truth it is trying to convey. What if this instruction is not a recipe but a parable? What if the voice of God is not an external deity commanding obedience, but the timeless, universal wisdom that resides within every one of us, the silent knowledge of the soul, the deep resonance of the Tao? What if the water, the salt, and the placement under our bed are not ingredients for a spell, but potent symbols for a profound internal practice of purification? The challenge and the opportunity is to decode this ancient prescription, to transform it from a passive belief into an active, conscious discipline. This is the way of the warrior, the monk, the practitioner, to find the extraordinary within the ordinary, to find the path to freedom not in magic, but in mastery. To understand the depth of this ritual, we must first understand the philosophical ground upon which it stands. From the perspective of Shaolin, negativity is not an external entity, a dark cloud that randomly attaches itself to us. Such a view makes us victims, powerless against unseen forces. The Shaolin understanding is one of cause and effect, of karma. Negativity, or what the ancient texts call dukkha, a term often translated as suffering, but more accurately meaning a deep, pervasive unsatisfactoriness, is the consequence of our own unexamined thoughts, our unresolved emotions, our attachments to pleasure, and our aversions to pain. It is the internal friction created by a mind that is not at peace with the impermanent, ever-changing nature of reality. It is the residue of a day spent in reactivity rather than in conscious action. It is the dust that settles on the mirror of the mind, obscuring its natural, brilliant clarity. Therefore, to absorb this negativity is not a passive act of hoping an object will do the work for us. It is the active, disciplined work of cleansing our own consciousness. This is where the symbols of water and salt reveal their profound significance. Water, in ancient philosophies the world over, is the ultimate symbol for the mind itself. It is formless, yet it takes the shape of any container it is put into, just as our mind takes the shape of the thoughts and beliefs we allow to occupy it. Water can exist in three states. As ice, it is rigid, fixed, and unyielding, like a mind trapped in dogmatic beliefs. As steam, it is formless, expansive, and transcendent, a state of awareness that is difficult to grasp. But in its most common state, as liquid, it is fluid, adaptable, and powerful. It can be clear and still, reflecting the heavens perfectly, or it can be turbulent and muddy, obscuring all light. Our mind is the same. When it is calm and pure, we experience clarity, peace, and wisdom. When it is agitated by the winds of anger, fear, and desire, it becomes murky, and we lose our way. The state of the water is the state of our mind. Now consider the salt. What is salt? It is a crystal, a structure of perfect order and purity. It is essential for life itself. It has been used for millennia, not only to flavor, but to cleanse, to heal, and to preserve. When salt is added to water, it dissolves. It sacrifices its form, disappears from sight, yet it fundamentally changes the nature of the water. It purifies it, making it inhospitable to corruption. In our symbolic ritual, the salt represents our conscious intention, our focused will, our disciplined practice. It is the element of wisdom we consciously introduce into the water of the mind. Salt is the sharp sting of truth. It is not always comfortable to see our own mental patterns clearly, to recognize our own part in creating our suffering. This discomfort, however, is cleansing. The salt is the decision to stop allowing the mind to be a stagnant pond of murky thoughts and to actively purify it. It is the introduction of a principle, a focused awareness that dissolves the impurities, just as salt creates an osmotic pressure that draws out contamination. It is the gong fu, the dedicated effort, applied to the inner world. Therefore, the combination of water and salt in a glass is a powerful metaphor for a mind that is not only observed, but actively purified through conscious, disciplined intention. The glass itself represents our physical body, the vessel that contains our consciousness. To prepare this glass of salt water is to symbolically declare our commitment to this internal work, to create a focused representation of the inner state we wish to cultivate. This is the philosophical foundation. We are not manipulating external energies. We are engaging in a profound act of inner alchemy, using timeless symbols to guide a very real, very personal transformation. The true enemy in this practice is not some external negativity, but the relentless internal cycle of what the masters call the monkey mind. It is the ceaseless chatter of thoughts, leaping from branch to branch, from a worry about tomorrow to a regret from yesterday, never resting in the present moment. This internal chaos is the source of all negativity. It is an undisciplined energy that, left unchecked, drains our life force, pollutes our peace, and prevents us from accessing the deep stillness that is our true nature. During the day, we can sometimes distract ourselves from it with work, with entertainment, with constant motion. We can numb the chatter. But at night, when all distractions fade, when we lie down in the silence of our room, the monkey mind often becomes a roaring beast. It endlessly relitigates conversations from the day, imagining what we should have said. It rehearses future encounters, creating anxiety for events that have not yet occurred. It presents a parade of our worst fears and deepest insecurities, magnified by the darkness. We toss and turn, our bodies longing for rest, while our minds run a frantic marathon. Even if we fall into an exhausted sleep, the quality of our rest is poor, riddled with anxious dreams. We then wake up tired, not refreshed, carrying the unresolved energy and the psychic bruises of the night into the new day. This is a karmic loop, a self-perpetuating cycle of mental agitation that becomes our default state. It is a prison built not of walls and bars, but of our own repetitive, unconscious thought patterns. To place the glass of salt water under the bed is to directly confront this cycle at its most vulnerable point, the transition between waking and sleeping, the sacred gateway to the subconscious mind. It is a declaration of intent to not carry the chaos of the day into the sanctuary of rest, a conscious choice to stand guard at the door of our dreams. The practice, therefore, is not a simple, thoughtless physical act, but a profound evening meditation for which the glass of water is merely the anchor, the focal point. It is a ritual you must perform not just with your hands, but with the full force of your awareness. As your evening concludes, before you prepare for sleep, you begin. Find a quiet moment. First, prepare the physical object. Take a clear glass, a symbol of your intention for clarity. Feel its coolness, its smoothness. Fill it with clean water, acknowledging that this represents the current state of your consciousness, holding all the thoughts, feelings, and experiences gathered throughout the day, the clear and the murky alike. Now, take a measure of salt. Hold the crystals in your palm. Feel their texture. This is not just sodium chloride. This is your resolve. You must imbue it with your specific intention. This is the critical moment of alchemy. What impurity do you wish to cleanse tonight? Perhaps you need the salt of forgiveness to release a resentment you hold against another, not for their sake, but for your own freedom. Or maybe it is the salt of non-attachment to release your anxiety over a future outcome you cannot control. Perhaps it is the salt of self-compassion to forgive yourself for a mistake made during the day. You are not merely thinking a thought, You are crystallizing a powerful intention into this tangible substance. As you pour the salt into the water, watch it descend like a gentle snow. Hear the faint sound as the crystals touch the surface. As it begins to dissolve, visualize it as your pure, unwavering intention merging with the water of your consciousness. Visualize its purifying properties dissolving the mental and emotional residue of the day, the anger, the frustration, the fear. Stir the water gently and mindfully. Observe. You will notice that the water may become cloudy at first, as the impurities are stirred up from the bottom. This is a natural part of the process. Do not resist it. This mirrors how meditation can sometimes amplify our mental noise before it stills it. Simply watch with patient awareness as, slowly, the salt dissolves completely, and the undissolved sediment begins to settle, leaving the water above it clearer than before. This is a mirror of your own mind. The act of applying conscious awareness may initially stir up turmoil, but with steady, patient intention, the impurities settle and clarity is restored. Now, you take this prepared glass, this physical manifestation of your purified consciousness, and you perform the final act. You place it under your bed. This is not a random location. The space beneath where we sleep symbolizes the subconscious, the deep, foundational level of our mind that operates when our conscious self is at rest. It is the root system of our psyche. By placing this symbol of purified intention at the foundation of your sleep, you are setting the conditions for your rest. You are making a powerful statement to the deepest parts of your being. Tonight, we rest in clarity. Tonight we do not churn in the mud of yesterday's troubles. Tonight we allow the purifying work to continue on a deeper level, unimpeded. You are turning your sleep from a passive, often troubled state into an active period of healing and integration. The absorption of negativity is not the salt magically pulling something from the air. The absorption is your own subconscious mind, now guided by a clear and powerful conscious intention. Processing and releasing the stresses of the day, allowing the sediment of the psyche to settle fully. You are giving your mind a new task for the night, a new tranquil direction. Instead of endlessly replaying its anxieties, you have given it the anchor of pure intention, the clear, saline water to hold on to. This transforms rest into a powerful spiritual practice, a nightly ritual of purification that prepares you to be reborn into the new day. This is the true meaning of the ritual. It is a sophisticated psychological and spiritual exercise hidden within the simplicity of folk wisdom. It is the application of unwavering intention to the deepest and most mysterious part of our lives. The result of this practice, when performed with sincerity and discipline, becomes evident upon waking. The sleep is deeper, more restorative, but more importantly, there is a fundamental shift in the quality of your consciousness as you greet the new day. You awaken not with the heavy residue of yesterday's anxieties clinging to you like a shroud, but with a sense of stillness, a palpable clarity. The mental slate has been wiped clean. The problems of the new day may still be there, waiting for you, but your capacity to meet them will have been transformed. You will approach them not from a state of pre-existing agitation and fatigue, but from a grounded center of inner peace and renewed energy. This is the freedom that discipline provides. By engaging in this simple, nightly rhythm of purification, you break the vicious cycle of carrying old burdens into new opportunities. You begin to cultivate a baseline state of being that is clear, calm, and resilient. Over time, you will find yourself less reactive to external triggers, more present in your interactions, and more capable of acting with wisdom and compassion. The space between an external event and your response to it will widen, and in that space lies your freedom. This reveals a profound truth. Ultimate freedom requires structure. The liberation from the prison of the monkey mind is not achieved through chaotic rebellion or wishful thinking, but through the consistent application of a chosen discipline. This nightly ritual becomes a pillar in the architecture of a conscious life. It is a quiet personal practice that has resounding effects on your entire existence. It is a form of inner gongfu, daily training for the mind. Each night you perform it is another repetition, strengthening the muscle of your intention. deepening the groove of peace within your neural pathways. The glass of water and salt is no longer a superstitious object, but a tool of mastery, a companion on your path. It serves as a physical reminder of your commitment to your own inner peace. It is an anchor for your intention, a testament to your decision to be the conscious creator of your inner world rather than a passive recipient of its chaos. The power was never in the glass. The power was never in the salt. The power was, and always is, within you. This ritual does not bestow power upon you. It is a method for you to access the power that is your birthright. It is a key, elegantly simple, to unlock the door to your own innate clarity and peace. The instruction, God says, can now be understood in its truest, most universal sense. It is the deep, silent wisdom of your own true nature calling you to practice, urging you to come home to the stillness that lies beneath the turbulent surface of the mind. This simple glass, then, becomes a profound teacher. It does not absorb negativity from the world. It reflects the clarity that you consciously choose to cultivate within yourself. It is a mirror for your own mastery, a testament to the fact that with a simple vessel, clear water, and the salt of your intention, you have all you need to begin the great work of purifying your own heart and mind. If this practice of transforming ancient symbols into the living wisdom of a daily discipline resonates with your spirit, then anchor this intention by liking this video. Subscribe to the Shaolin Path to continue this journey of inner alchemy with us, turning the lead of daily struggle into the gold of enlightened presence. Until next time, be still and observe with clarity.